Oh, it's time. Isn't it? Isn't it time? For another edition of the world famous, critically acclaimed, dude, Sunday night live stream right here on Variety. With two V's, because I like to be different. I like to mix it up, dude. Alright? Now here's the thing, dude. Here's the crux of the thing. Alright? The USA wins gold. Alright? And that's that. That's all we really got to even say about it. We can move on now. Just kidding. We're not going to move on, dude. We're going to talk about it. Okay? We're going to talk about it. Politics aside, proud of Team USA. Even if Trump doesn't deserve this, players totally did. I agree with you, right, guy? What up? What up, Angel? What's going on? All right? We're here, dude. We're rocking. He's wearing a cheap, generic football jersey. Who does he think he is, dude? Who is this guy? Is he the cool 20-year-old older brother that comes to pick up his younger brother from high school in his muscle car? And he's already working construction? And it's 1983? Is that what we're doing? Who does he think he is in the generic football jersey? Actually, so I got this because I'm planning something and I wanted to see how this one was made, and it's super cheap, so it's not exactly what I wanted, but there's a method to the madness, folks. Woo! JD, what up? International hockey team Canada's like Dodgers. They have access to the best talent in the world. Yeah, I mean, Canada's good. I feel bad for Macklin Celebrini, right? Macklin Celebrini didn't get it done. He was definitely looking a little sad. He was looking a little sad. You know what I mean? But hey, that's how the cookie crumbles. Hopefully, as Sharks fans, we reap the benefits of that anger and frustration. You know what I mean? Hey, how? I just realized, like, how do they schedule that with NHL? Is there no NHL games right now? Do they just like pause? How does that work? I never thought about that before. You know, never thought about that before. Anyways, what else is up, dude? Yeah, so first time since the Miracle on Ice, dude. I forgot what year. Early 80s. Was it 1980? I think it was the 1980 Olympics. It wasn't 84, right? 84 was in LA. Since the Miracle on Ice, dude, USA Hockey gets it done. It was cool to see, like, I know it doesn't matter because it's like whatever, but it was cool to see there was actually like attention and like celebrities and stuff, like American celebrities, because it's like, I don't know, I want hockey to not be kind of pushed to the background, like hockey's always kind of been, third or fourth on the totem pole. So I don't know, it's just cool to see hockey get shine. Obviously it's not a tiny sport. I'm not saying it's like, some whatever. You get what I'm saying, right? You get it. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. All right, Macklin says to make himself feel better, he will toss me another puck. NHL and the NHL players go to the Olympics, they pause it. Interesting. I never thought about that in my whole life. All I can hear right now is the kid above me running back and forth, and it's distracting me. Interesting though, man. That would suck to like go to the Olympics and then and like get hurt or something. That'd be a bummer. It's over now though. But yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't even watch it since it was at a weird time for us. I would have liked to have watched it, but I didn't. But USA, we're on top, okay? We're on top of the hockey world, just like it was always meant to be. Okay? To celebrate that, among other things, I do have a Liberty Lemonade here from Arizona. Okay? Arizona iced tea, not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. If any of the fine folks at Arizona Tea are in the chat and, would like to partner up. 250 years of America, right? This is the year we celebrate that. Cheers. Oh, that's an interesting take on lemonade. Wow. Fruit juice cocktail. A fusion of tart cherry, that's what it was. Juicy berries and lemon ice. Arizona Liberty Lemonade honors 250 years of American flavor. The cherries, dude. We're chopping down cherry trees. It's the most American thing you can do. The tart cherry was what I was like, whoa, I did not expect that. Not bad at all, dude. Arizona. Oh, that's some tremendous stuff. I like this one. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. But we're celebrating American dominance in the Olympics. That's what we're doing. All right. Sidney Crosby got hurt. Oh, is that why you said you're hoping he gets back? Yeah. Woke up after the game already ended. Yeah, I was not up. Agreed, right, guy. Second favorite flavor is watermelon. I do like the watermelon. I feel like I don't see the watermelon as much anymore. Design of the can does go hard. And it probably doesn't come across on camera, but it's like super metallic and shiny. It's a nice can, dude. It's a nice can. Had to do it. Dave from Elk Grove, folks. Bonk me so I can go to bed. There's still time to run to Mickey D's. I can't do Mickey D's tonight. I can't. I'll try to do Mickey D's more, but I can't tonight. I'll bonk you, dude, but why are you going to bed so early? You're in Elk Grove. You're in the same time zone as me. We're just getting started. Party's just getting started, dude. We're loading up. We're loading up the supplies. I'll bonk you with the Lombardi, dude. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Dave from Elk Grove, folks. You don't need to send me money, though. Just, you send me $8. That could have been $5 and a membership on the channel with bonus videos. And there's 2 more bonus videos coming out this week. Dude, is he a marketing salesman genius? What up, y'all? What up? It was a weird time because the game was in Europe. You don't say, dude. I thought we were on a flat plane, though, so... Why would the time matter? What else? Rye Guy, this was funny. I forgot to say something to this. Hold on. Rye Guy posted this in the Discord, and I really like this. This was funny. Where'd it go? There we go. That's good. I have work tomorrow. All right, I guess you work early, huh? I work late, so works for me because I'm a night owl, dude. Right before this live stream, I got everything ready, and I literally sat here and closed my eyes for about 22 seconds and just sat here with my eyes closed because I got real tired all of a sudden. I didn't have a nap today, okay? Some days before the Sunday night live stream, I take a little afternoon nap, a little siesta, dude. I didn't do it this time. So I took a little 22 seconds right here before I went live. And now he's up, folks. But this meme is hilarious. This meme is hilarious. Thank you for sharing that, Rag Guy. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that plenty. What else? What else is going on? Where'd the other one go? And of course, I should have kept it up. Dun 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 dun. Dude, it's the Bay Area, dude. It's the Bay Area. Alyssa Lou representing. Yeah. It's time for a sip of lovely Arizona iced tea Liberty Lemonade to celebrate Alyssa Lou and the Bay Area being the greatest place on earth. All right? Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. Tart cherry. I taste it. Okay? We're celebrating. We're celebrating the U.S. winning gold. We're celebrating young Queen Alyssa Liu. And we're celebrating the Bay Area, dude. Because she couldn't have did it without us. Woo! You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean, right? Bro, don't mysterious benefactor. I got McDonald's last week and I didn't even see you here. We did a whole McDonald's thing last week. And I don't even know your name. And here's the problem. I already had the melt. Oh. I already ordered an egg in a hole and some garlic fries from the melt. Oh. And he ordered Arizona Liberty Lemonade, not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. Oh. So what's a kid to do? But you guys don't need to send me money. You don't need to send me money. Speaking of, anyways, shout out Alyssa Liu. Okay? Incredible. We'll get back to her in just a second, but of the donation made me think of something, dude. I do not like when a celebrity or popular figure, someone with fans and all that, passes away and then they still do a GoFundMe. You made more on like one project than most of us will make in our entire lives. Dude, rest in peace, Eric Dane. He seemed like a great guy. I didn't watch Grey's Anatomy. I watched some of Euphoria. I didn't really like it. I thought it was a really well done show, but it's just not for me. Teenage drama and drug use type stuff just doesn't, like, whatever. He was great on it, but he's like, his net worth is something like $7 million. He owns like a $4.4 million home that they just bought recently. And they did a GoFundMe and it just blows up and it just like, what? You know? Huh? But anyway, dude, I can't stop donating, dude. I appreciate it, but stop. I can't do McDonald's. He just had the melt, didn't he? Oh, he had an egg in a hole. He had a classic egg in a hole from the melt. And he watched the Warriors game. Isn't that what he did? He did. You know, such a thing I heard and learned about over the last couple of days. She's such an inspiration. Yeah, Alyssa Liu's dope. Another Olympian, her name from San Francisco, chose to represent China. I think there was. I can't remember who it was. I can't blame them though. You know, people, you know, feel how they feel about their roots and their history. People are donating to watch you eat. I guess so. I guess it's a mukbang now. But I did McDonald's last week. I can do McDonald's again next week. But I just had the melt. Classic egg in a hole from the melt in a Warriors game. Oh, he did that, didn't he? Okay, so I can't do. I just did the melt. Okay, and your boy's down 40 pounds or something, and I've been stuck for the last 3 months now, and I gotta get this in check, dude. I gotta get this in check. Now I'm wearing a see-through cheap mesh generic football jersey like I'm the 20-year-old older brother in 1983 picking up his little brother from high school in his Trans Am. Okay, that's what I look like right now, and if I stood up, it would look bad because I still got parts on me that typically they say traditionally men do not have, and I have them right now still, and I'm trying to get rid of those, right? I'm trying to slim down, I'm trying to lean down, and dude, stop. Dude, what is your net worth? Don't I'll do it next week. I'll do it. Just stop the donations, and I promise I'll do it next week. But if you donate anymore, we're not doing it. Have I missed a scoreboard rant? No, you haven't. If I were live in 1980 games, that would be even better. USSR Olympic hockey exploited the system, sent super players. Yeah. Ayuk recording himself. I actually have that up, Jake. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. So yeah, we'll get to that. What else? There was something else I was gonna. Yeah, I have that up. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We're almost there. We're almost there. But I did need. We're gonna talk about the scoreboards. Where'd that picture go? I had the picture of the new Camden Yards scoreboard, so we could talk about this. Shoot, I don't see it. I guess maybe it's in the Discord. I'll go to the Discord. And then we'll talk about that. But wait, where is it? Where is it? Come on. Scoreboards are getting out of control. Rondale Moore, R.I.P. Man, that's another sad one. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be a bummer right now, but that one's really a bummer. It really is. I'm just getting these pictures ready for later. All right. So yeah, shout out Alyssa Lou. Big Bad Bay Area, okay? Big Bad Bay Area. You know what is funny though? I was thinking like figure skating is so funny to me. Cause like it is it the only there's probably an obvious one I'm forgetting, but is there another sport in the Olympics or like big sport where it's like art? I just like gymnastics a little bit, but not to the same level. Like they're basically figure skating is basically dancing. You know what I mean? And it's just funny to me to be like competing at art because it's not really. It's subjective, but I know there's the technical sides and how well they spin and they land and they do all. I get that, but like it is funny that there's like musical accompaniment and like choreography. I just think that's funny, and I'm not hating on it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just think it's funny how like all these sports is just like pure like athletic, blah blah blah, and then figure skating's like. It's just like a. It feels like such a left turn, you know what I mean? And it's just always felt like that way to me. I need to watch what's the movie? Blades of Glory. Blades of Glory. That was a fun one. 70s, 80s NHL players weren't allowed in the Olympics. Yeah. I don't want to be a bum right now. Please bring the audio in the Discord because I have to voice my opinion about the scoreboard. Bring the audio in the Discord? Wait, how can I do that? I can do that? I don't know how to do that. We can do that again, like before the season starts, though. We can do like a whole... Whatever you need to get off your chest. How much for you to get it tonight? Dude, I can't, dude. I can't. Don't do it. No. Do not send money. Do not send money. I'll get it next week. I literally ate McDonald's the whole live stream last week, and I didn't even see you here. I don't even know your name. Scoreboard is literally ass. Yeah, we're hoping for the best for Mexican people. Yeah, absolutely. Mexico is kind of terrifying in some parts right now, and it sucks. It's a shame. The sports with judges are kind of crooked. Gymnastics, maybe that freestyle dancing they had in the Summer Olympics. They had freestyle dancing. I don't remember that. But yeah, I don't know. Figure skating is just funny to me. How it's like. It's not just like pure athleticism. Obviously, you have to be. It's extremely athletic. I'm not saying that. But on top of that, you also have to basically do ballet, you know? And it's all theatrical. Like imagine if like other sports had to do that, you know? Team USA basketball team. Steph Curry had to learn his steps. You know what I mean? There's musical accompaniment. Michael Phelps is like swimming to the beat. and he has to do like a wave. That'd be dope. They should do that, actually. Let figure skating lead the way, dude. You know? They're repairing the clock, so the clock... Oh, I thought the clock was gone. Okay, I was wondering that. I was like, I hope the clock is just off because they're like doing the scoreboard or what. But we'll get to that. But yeah, man, shout out Alyssa Liu. Shout out Team USA Hockey. It was cool. You know, I didn't get to watch like any of it live, unfortunately. Mostly because of the time, obviously. But yeah, cool to see. I'm not as big of like a Winter Olympics guy anymore. When I was a kid, for some reason, I really liked Winter Olympics. Like I used to watch it more. Not so much anymore. It's more just like I see the results. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Don't be mad, dude. Don't be mad. I had McDonald's all last week. They had breakdancing at the Paris Olympics. Oh, they did have breakdancing. I forgot about that. I forgot about the memes. Yeah, that's crazy. What I like about the Olympics is, I suppose, is more niche sports like water polo, snowboarding, long jumps. Yeah, for sure. It's always fun, you know, because you don't get to see the elites in those sports, you know. It's not like we really have access to them. Obviously, some of those sports will have like some coverage on, you know, ESPN, the Ocho or whatever, but like, you know, they get to be like at the forefront, working their whole lives for this, and they finally get their shine, you know, which is cool. Tahoe hosted the Olympics. Yeah, it was. I don't remember the new name, but it was called Squaw Valley. But I guess squaw is a disrespectful term, so they changed the name. So I cannot remember the name. Is it North Star? I forgot, but I went to when it was Squaw Valley and went up the cable car thing. Not cable car. Cable car tram, the Sky Tram. Dude, don't judge. Talk to my lawyers, dude. If you have a problem, talk to my lawyers. Can't lie, I never watched the Olympics, but go USA. Yeah, Summer Olympics, I'll throw on some stuff. Obviously basketball, but like even some of the other ones, I'll just throw on sometimes. But keep donating time. No, do not. I had the melt, guys. I'm satiated. I had the melt. And I also have a wonderful Arizona Liberty Lemonade. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. The ski lift, not the ski lift. It's like a tram that goes up to the top. I went during the summer though, so there was no snow. But yeah, Winter Olympics, fun stuff. All right, I don't have the best photos, but this is the new scoreboard at Camden Yards. It's huge, dude. It's huge. Now, luckily, so this is what it looked like before. So it has, I don't know what you call this, lattice work type stuff. The Sun ad, what is it now? T-Row? Yeah, T-Row price. It used to be the Sun ad and the clock up top. This was a really cool scoreboard. And now it's just a big square. And luckily, the clock will come back, I guess. So that's good. But I don't like just the bare edges. This just looks like a generic like thing they put up for an event, you know, for like a concert, and they just needed to put screens up. Whereas something like this, it's like it, you know, it fits. Camden Yards is the current Camden Yards is basically it changed the way baseball parks were built from then on when this was built. To do like a faux retro style, build the ballparks to fit the traditions of baseball. You can also have the amenities and like the modern stuff, but just make it look like it's been there for 100 years. And of course, from, you know, before Camden Yards, it was a lot of just cookie cutter, concrete, big fortress looking stadiums. Three Rivers, Riverfront, Candlestick, Oakland Coliseum, and then they closed it in. They closed in Anaheim Stadium. All these, generic Kingdome, all that stuff. And then Camden Yards really just changed the game. And, that leads to Oracle Park, PNC Park, and all these beautiful ballparks across the league. And part of that is just to have like a cool, almost old school looking scoreboard. So to replace it with just a big honking scoreboard is just, what are we doing? What are we doing here? You know what I mean? What are you guys saying? I'm catching up on the chat. Imagine McDonald corporate is watching you. Maybe that would be funny if all the times I try to get a sponsorship, it's actually McDonald's in the chat trying to give me a sponsorship, and I just keep fighting against it. Stadium was designed to look like 1800 Stadium. It looks like D now. It's literally a big TV screen that took all the character out. Took out 2 of the 4 flags. Time for baseball. Are you going to the Sacramento A's? I don't know if I probably won't go to Sacramento. Might have gone to Alpine Slides in Mount Hood one summer. Go down the mountain on a slide. That's cool. Can you invite your chat with you and let us know when you can so we can party with you at the stadium? Yes. I probably won't go to Sacramento though. I kind of want to just kind of boycott the A's, I guess. I will be at Giants Fan Fest. I will be at the Oakland Roots home opener that same day. I will be at Battle of the Bay 2.0, Oakland Ballers, and the San Jose Giants, just announced again, and I'll be there. But yeah, I will do better at announcing games I'll be at. Love to go to Camden Yards for sure. Me too. Also ripped out 10 rows and put a bar. Oh, I think we talked about that. Big hole underneath the scoreboard is a large standing room bar. And their commercial area between the park and the warehouse in Utah Street. Yeah, that area actually looks pretty cool. Let me see, where are the other pictures? So this is like a rendering, huh? This doesn't show the bar there, though. So they have is this been there, the roof deck over the batter's eye? Okay, the top of this looks nice and complete, which is good, but yeah, it sucks to not have the sides of it, Like this does look better with at least the top, which is cool. Yeah, whatever, dude. Yeah, whatever. Dude, is that the top of the clock? It's that big? That's crazy. It's always weird when you see stuff that's like really high up and then you see it like ground level, how big it is. That's pretty cool. Here's my thing, man. I just think scoreboards are getting too big. I think video boards, scoreboards, I think they're just getting too big. Talk to my lawyers, dude. All right? Let's see the what is it called? The Halo board. All right. Now I went to SoFi Stadium, okay? I went to SoFi Stadium. I saw this Halo board. I think it's ugly. Nah. He said it, didn't he? I think it's ugly. I think it looks stupid. I'm sorry. I would rather have a few smaller screens scattered around. And I don't know why they just always go bigger and bigger. I don't get that. Like, to me, it does not help the experience at all. Like, it's distracting a lot of the times. And also, I mean, I guess because I'm just getting old. He's getting old. Now, he does look like a 20-year-old in 1983 driving a Trans Am with the generic, football jersey, mesh football jersey. But he's old, right? So I don't like the fact that there's always music pumping. I don't like the fact that there's just video boards everywhere. I like when they install lighting systems that they do for like cool moments. But I just don't need the constant barrage of flashing lights and sounds. I don't. I want to hear the game. I want to hear the crowd. Like the 49ers new lighting system, I like because it's just for like the hype moments before like the fourth quarter and stuff like that. It's not going all game, right? So it makes it special. But like these video boards is just constant sound and light. It's just like, leave me alone, dude. Leave me alone. I'm trying to eat my hot dog, right? I just, especially, like, here's the thing. I will take the Halo board at SoFi Stadium. Fine. But Camden Yards, do they need a giant scoreboard? The whole point of that place, what makes it so special in the grand scheme of the history of MLB, is that it has this modern approach to a classic version of presenting the game. It's a ballpark that feels like it's been there forever. It's got the aesthetics of something that's been there forever. And it's like, why do you need a giant video board? What information is that important for the Baltimore fans to get that they need to just put a giant video board there? I don't get it. Jennifer, what up? Coors Light rooftop bar was built in 2010. Okay. Repainting to be fixed. That's cool. There's a large walk-in bar underneath the scoreboard if you look at the white tarp. Okay. Difference between a Halo board that hangs above the playing field and one that's literally in front of the pitcher's mound. Completely different scenario. Yeah, no, I see that. I have moved on from just talking about that Camden Yards to just video boards in general. I think they're too big. This generation can't watch a video more than 30 seconds. Like the board at Chase Center. The Chase Center one's a little distracting. But at least it's not. I like that it's just a normal board, not a Halo board. But it's a little big. It's a little big. I take a local's advice over a Fox News host any day of the week. Yeah. This is why the generation required them to put up nets in left and right field. We played baseball for 100 years without nets. Now this generation is too adept to understand how to catch. Love going to baseball games when it's completely empty. You can hear the bat, you can hear the ball, and the glove. Those are the best games. I agree. Beginning of the end of Camden Yards. This is intentional to destroy the character of the stadium so they can eventually destroy the stadium. Remember watching an interview with Jay Bell who said he understands the music and all that, but also said he remembers going to games as a kid and just hearing the sound of baseball. Yeah, Bill Burr has a lot of funny rants about this, how like going to NBA games is like going to a DJ set. And I agree. It's like I love the music and the hype videos and the light shows, but just like not constant. You know what I mean? And like the NBA is definitely the worst. The NBA is just constant sounds. Like you can't have a stoppage in play without them just blasting music. And I just feel like, especially with baseball, we don't need the big video boards. Dude, I would rather have the old school light up board at a baseball game. All right, now I'm an old curmudgeon now, apparently. But with baseball, it's like I don't want all that. I don't. Like, turn it on for like the closer intros. They added the lights at Oracle Park. That's super cool. But it would be so annoying if they just did that constantly, right? And it's kind of like with the scoreboard being that big, it's going to be just constantly distracting. Like if they somehow had a transformer board that was just like a small board with like just the information you need for the baseball game, and then when the closer's coming in, the board like gets huge and they play an intro music or whatever, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. But it's just gonna be the constant big square of information right in front of you the whole time. I don't know. I just think the video boards are getting too big. I think it's getting out of hand. And that's that, dude. Talk to my lawyers. They're on standby, dude. We're drafting up paperwork right now. And that's that. Stuff like broken bats. Took my dad's first game at Chase Center a couple months ago, and his biggest complaint was how loud it was. Yeah, it's just constant, dude. Sometimes I wonder if NBA games would feel more authentic where you can use the thunderclap sticks without the assistance of the scoreboard. I like Halo boards. I think they're very cool. Okay. But I'm with you on big flat screens. They don't have any uniqueness. They're just massive TVs. Now, I will say this about the Halo board. Just to compromise with you. I think this Halo board has potential to be cool. I think the execution, I think it looks bland. I think it looks annoying. Maybe if it was more symmetrical. But I would rather have traditional, like, shaped boards. Like, it's weird. Like, going to a game there, it's weird because the information's just moving and stuff. And, like, and it's all curved. So it's not user friendly. Like sometimes, yeah, with some of the graphics they do, it looks really cool. I forgot what it was. They did something. I think it was the intro video is a Rams house, welcome to Rams house type video. Part-time. It's also Chargers house. But they did like a Rams house video, and the video looked cool on the Halo board. But like looking at this Halo board, when half of it's not even screen, it just looks like they weren't ready for the concept yet. I think there is a way to do like a cool Halo board, but I think a Halo board that was actually just more like a rectangle board and it had the inside and outside with stuff on it, I think would maybe be more user friendly and not just look like this weird thing that they just screwed up to the roof. We literally have 3 large scoreboards. How many scoreboards do you need? We have a scoreboard in right field. It's all digital now. Yeah, and I think with these video boards, I think the reason they like this style board is because now instead of getting, like before, where'd it go? So before, right, Ford would pay them for this. PNC would pay them for this. That's dope too with Cal Ripken. But PNC would pay them for this. Ford would pay them for this. Now, they can just have rotating ads that pop up on the sides and during the game. So now they're gonna be able to make more money, and I think that is ultimately what drives this. And look, I always rant about the teams and the billionaires and the money and the profit motive and all that. I don't have a problem with teams making money. I don't. Now, it may not seem like that way the way I rant about them. My problem is when profit is over everything else, or over the experience, or over the fans' benefit, or even over the players, right? Like, I don't like that the ownership groups and all them take the bulk of the profits just like every other corporation in industry. So I don't really have a problem with them trying to find ways to make money. I don't even have a problem with all the ads. Like sometimes I think some of the ads are cool, like that PNC Cal Ripken ad from the old scoreboard. It fit, right? Some of these, I don't know about this Coors one right here, but some of these lights that they put up for some of these ads in stadiums actually look kind of cool. So I'm not just completely against it. I'm just saying don't ruin the experience. And to me, I mean, I've never been to Camden Yards, but the reason I want to go is because of the aesthetics of them preserving somehow our national pastime and like some of the traditions of baseball, and like just putting a ballpark, incorporating the neighborhood with it, and not just making it this big flashy corporate driven place. And so if they're getting rid of that, it's like they're ruining the experience. And that is the reason why this scoreboard irritates me. Um, and even look, I think Paul hates the T Row price, and the Sun ad was probably more. Uh, it was cooler, right? Because it's like it's a local newspaper and all that. The T Row price, I think they did it the best way possible. I think it's kind of cool with the Ram and stuff. My only gripe is like it's a Ram and mountains and it's Baltimore. It doesn't really make sense. But the look of it, the actual aesthetics aren't that bad. Even though the Ram doesn't fit. Like if this was Coors Field, that'd be a dope ad. But, you know, it's not. So I don't know. I'm just like, I just think they should take those things into account. And I think they, at the very least, if they're going to do this board, at least put some of that old lattice work on the side. At the very least, make it still feel a little bit like the old video board. Because you know what this feels like? When I went to Rickwood Field for the MLB game, they had, Rickwood Field has a really cool classic old scoreboard that's just in the wall. It's part of the outfield wall. It's a beautiful old scoreboard, but because they were doing the MLB game behind the walls, they built these giant video boards for the MLB game, and they just were obviously just thrown together like temporary video boards. That's what this feels like, and I don't like it. I just feel with baseball, it's like, don't start bombarding us with stuff like NBA and NFL does. I will say 49ers games aren't that bad with bombarding. They're bad with the music. It's just constant music. But their graphics and the production is actually pretty cool. They have some cool graphics packages and stuff that they play. They're really good. And you know, I probably have talked about this before, but I love the whole like gold mining aesthetic that they really leaned into this year, and they did their promo videos and like this faux gold mine set that they built. And actually, I know someone that had pieces of those sets after they filmed those, and I was supposed to go see him, and I was gonna film a funny TikTok, but then they had to get rid of them because the warehouse had to get rid of them. I was like, no. But yeah, there's ways to do it that I think you can do it, and this just is like haphazard, because it's like you could have at least put a cool border around it, and hopefully they do, and then I wouldn't have nearly as big of a problem with it if it didn't just look like a big flat screen that they just threw up. This looks like the flat screen, no lie, this looks like the flat screen that they installed in Sacramento for the A's, because Sutter Health Park has this really cool old scoreboard for the River Cats. Let me see. We've talked about this before, but dang it. Hold on. And I talked about this in the video I did there last year too. Okay, so Sutter Health Field, formerly Rayleigh Field, has this scoreboard. Small, measly little scoreboard, but it has the cool river cat at the top with the clock. It's not the best scoreboard, but it's been there for a couple decades now. It has its own vibe, right? You got the Tower Bridge behind it. It's got its own vibe. So when the A's went there, obviously they wanted a bigger video board. So what'd they do? They just slapped this ugly thing. They just slapped this into the outfield seating area on the grass. Just ugly as sin, dude. And I get it. You don't want to spend millions and millions of dollars when you're going to leave in a couple years, supposedly. I get that. But come on, man. Like, you couldn't take, like, at the very least, they could have just took this style thing. This is not that expensive. It can't be. Right? Get some metal work and just put that over here and around it. Right? Put the A's logo right here. Something. Put a clock. Do something, man. Instead of this temper, and I showed it to you guys if you saw my video there. The back of it is just completely exposed where you're sitting, where fans are sitting. So it's just this big, ugly scoreboard. And that's what it feels like with Camden Yards. And Camden Yards being one of the premier ballparks, an absolutely legendary ballpark for the way it changed ballparks for the next 30 plus years, deserves better than just a square scoreboard. And again, I'm afraid that baseball is just going to start beating you across the head with noise. You know? Yeah, that's a beautiful one. That's a beautiful one right there. And it's so with something like this, I don't even is this the current is this how the current board looks? Oh, okay, this is the current board, right? So that's like how it was, right? And then they upgraded. Oops. They put a bigger board and they made it they shaped the board actually. Like that's how you do it. If you're going to do it like that, you know? Like don't ruin the whole aesthetic if you want to upgrade. You know what I mean? They keep going. We won't need lights because the scoreboards will light up the field. This is true. But in photography, they talk about negative space and darkness. Where's the darkness? Like everything has to be lit up 100%. Yeah, I agree with you. What if they did in the shape of the team logo? Yeah. And put the Rockies scoreboard in the Discord. Yeah, the Rockies did it right. At Climate Pledge Arena, it felt odd with the placement of the scoreboard. Well, yeah, because they kind of threw that place together. Not fully against corporate naming rights. A name like Staples Center and TD Garden are legendary. Avaholic, what up? I agree with you, right, guys? Some of them make sense. I like Oracle Park. It's better than AT&T Park. And all my best memories were AT&T Park, but I accepted the change because I was like, well, Oracle's a cooler name. Western Maryland has mountains, Appalachians. Yeah, it doesn't fit Baltimore. Biggest gripe is that they're going to do the T Row Price logo. Why don't they do it in the team logos? Why is it blue and white? Yeah, agreed. Same with the patches on the jerseys. Like it's so annoying when they don't tailor those to fit the team colors. Right? And you have these like beautiful classic baseball uniforms and then some logo in totally different colors. I'm not buying I'm not gonna buy any more new jerseys. I'm only gonna buy classic jerseys. I've decided, and I think I might even do what some people do. Some of you guys might even know how to do this more than me, but I think there's ways you can get like old Majestic jerseys and then just go to certain shops and they can actually put together a jersey for you. That's better quality than Fanatics. So you have a stadium represented with orange and blue with a blue logo. Yeah. Stuff like the Pirates did last year, getting rid of the Clemente Memorial for a stupid hard seltzer ad is beyond tasteless. Agreed. Chevron cars at Oracle Park is perfect advertising. They're fun. I don't really like them, but I accept it. You know, I deal with it because at least they're fun. And it is cool how they cut out the wall with them. You know, they also destroyed left field. You haven't even talked about left field where they still haven't filled in the 20 rows of seats and there's a huge gap open. Do you have a picture of that? Because I don't see, it's not in this picture. I don't know if any of these pictures showed left field. Yeah, no, I don't have, if you have a picture of left field, show it to me. Chevron talking cars. Yeah, but they scaled them back. They're smaller now. They added a fake splash zone with a guy that sprays a hose onto people. It's exactly the reason why I dislike it. Well, these scoreboards look like they could be anywhere. Yeah, 100%. Modernize. Yep. Did they take away the pinwheels? No, I think the pinwheels are there. Oh yeah, I think they're screens now though. They're not actual pinwheels. Go Rockies, best park in America. Man, I need to visit. Rockies board is nice. Yeah, the Rockies board that's how you do it, man. Like if you're gonna modernize, like this, I do like. I kind of wish they kept the neon. Oh, it's not. You can't see it. I kind of wish they would have just kept the full neon sign. They did keep the the word mark, but they incorporated the actual mountain logo into the scoreboard, which is off. That's incredible. That to have the balls to do that, I just really appreciate. Um, but I do miss the neon with the clock in it. Um, but I mean that's how you do. If you're gonna modernize a video board, do it like that. They didn't ruin anything, right? They kept the aesthetic. Yeah, that's a beautiful board. Beautiful board, dude. Worst team, so it's a trade off, dude. I do hope one day that the Rockies can have a good team for more than like one or two seasons where they go on a run. You know, I would like to see the Rockies have success. Arizona, everybody. Liberty Lemonade, not sponsored, but it can be. Business team on the description. We won gold. Photos of left field in the Discord. All right, let me look. Let me look. All right. Wait, what am I looking at? Is this not the bullpen? Wait, can you see my? Is this not the bullpen? And what is there anything back here? Are these the bullpens like way back here? And then there's just like an empty. Wait, what is this for? Is this just for Zach Hampel? This is the Zach Hampel deck right here. Dude, look at the building back there. Dude, the way you can see that building with the warehouse in front of it. I forgot what that building is. I had heard about it before, but I don't remember what it is. But like, that's what it's all about, dude. That is why Camden Yards is so special. Because the ballpark fits. And then you just put a generic big square video board up there. Nah, dude. Get out of here. My lawyers will be in touch. Can't say I never like how soccer logos have all those advertisements. For sure. I don't either. Bro, come to me before you do any type of jersey customization. I have a guy who does it to team specs. He's done a bunch of my blank throwbacks. Yeah, yeah, hell yeah. Do you get can you still get majestic blanks? I want majestic jerseys. That's it. Speaking of which, got some Seahawks champ merch. Went through Barstool. Oh yeah, you posted them in the Discord. I like those shirts. I do like those shirts. It is a bullpen, then the wall jumps back like 20 feet. That's not the best pick to understand how obnoxious it is. Okay. Yeah. So you're talking about like this weird gap, right? Like, I feel like, yeah, it could cut across here and then you could have a party deck here. You could basically have like what the Giants have with 415 Club. You could have a party deck instead of just this little Zach Hampel deck, you know? Which statue is this out here? I can see a statue. Is that a statue? Tobiano Rail Museum. Oh, it's the Rail Museum? How dope. Bullpens are further down. It's 20 rows of seats they took out. Wait, so they just took these seats out? Just cuz? When did they do that? Then he moved the fence back in 2 years later. Okay, so they took out a bunch of rows and then they moved these back in. I don't get it. They have them on eBay. Let me know if you want to ever look anything up. All right, yeah, for sure. Yeah, do you know which statue this is right here, though? Because I'm pretty sure on my Camden Yards Danbury Mint, this is the statue that's on the thing. It used to be straight across. Yeah, it should be straight across and do a party deck or put the seats back. You know what I mean? I don't know. Make it more pitcher-friendly ballpark. I don't know. I don't think this is the Cal Ripken statue. I don't know. But I don't know. We don't need a barrage of music and lights all the time, you know? And like I said, it's fun for the hype. It's fun for in between innings or in between quarters at the end of halftime to get ready for the second half. That's when you bombard us and you get us hype and you do the lights and the fireworks and stuff. But I just feel like the video boards is like, dude, I don't need all this information. You know what I mean? Like, dude, some of the stats they have at Oracle Park on our giant board now is like, I don't need that. Who needs that stat right now? You know? Let me see if I can show you guys what happened. That's crazy. They don't show like the old ones. Trying to find like pictures of the different years. Is this the one? Is that it? Oh yeah, that's it. Okay. So I'll show you guys what they did at Oracle Park, which I was cool with. So this was, you know, the AT&T Park scoreboard. I think this was pretty much the same since opening. Obviously, some of the ads around it changed and stuff, but it's pretty much the same. Really just cool scoreboard. A lot of fun, you know, vibe to it. You got the clock, you got the neon. One thing I've always really liked is that this ballpark has kind of had its own font. The neon font is all used all over. I think that's super cool. Not every ballpark has like its own like kind of a aesthetic like that, I guess. Yeah, and then this is from, it's hard to tell, but the bullpens are down here now. Why can you not see my? It's like sometimes you can see my mouse and then other times you can't. But anyways, the bullpens are now down here, which weren't here at the time. And then over in the bottom right is where the 415 club is now. But yeah, so this was the scoreboard. We all liked it. We all enjoyed it. And they upgraded the screen. Hardly a change. Just a nice, you know, big screen. The vibes are the same. The top of it, they just moved up. So instead of just ruining the top of it, right? You can see, like, you can kind of see right here, AT&T Park, the top of the lettering comes to this second rung under the lights. And then when they move it up, now it's at the bottom rung of the lights, right? So they just took this whole top piece and just moved it up so that they didn't ruin the vibe. And, you know, Camden Yards just kind of ruined the vibe. Like, it still has the T-row price and the clock up top, but it doesn't have the surroundings. So it just feels like, I don't know. Maybe it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's also just like unnecessary, you know? And it's always a slippery slope. It's like one little thing leads to another. But yeah. The ads on the side on the actual lights definitely got bigger though. You know? These definitely got bigger. I hate this Fanatics ad, obviously. Hate the Fanatics ad. And look, did they? Oh no, they didn't. I thought the cable car moved a little bit, like a little bit closer, but no, I think it's the same spot. But yeah, that's, you know, that's not a bad way to do a video board. Keep the aesthetics, didn't ruin anything, and you just got a bigger board. You know, I'm cool with that. What's cool about Coors Field is going to see some homers for sure. Look for Camden Yards. Oops. Let's see. See if I can find like a big photo. My browser is just acting stupid right now. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. All right. All right. So this is... These are the bullpens right here, right? And so now there's just like a hole right here. Is this... I don't know when this was. This is more recent. You said Coors deck was since 2010. T. Rowe Price, I don't know what year. It's been at least a handful. It won't zoom in right. Let's see, what other pictures do I have? Here's this. Let's see what this looks like. God, this just looks ugly, man. Put something on the edges. Like, give it a... I don't know. Whatever, dude. I love these gates so much. It's just so cool. It's just so cool. Here, let's do this. Let's look at the aesthetics here. I mean, the dimensions. Yeah, that's terrible. At the very least, cut it across like this. Actually, no, because I would still leave this. It just it feels like they just shoehorned the bullpens there, you know, like later. It almost feels like dimensions over here are fine, and then they just, yeah. There's the statue. Jackie Robinson's number. Babe's Dream. Is this like a statue park, a little memorial park? Anyways. Yeah, it's stupid. Look at the scoreboard, man. It just looks so much cooler. But yeah, whatever, dude. Whatever. Scoreboards are too big. And that's that, dude. Talk to my lawyers. I don't need all that information. I literally would rather have the analog scoreboards back. Or do like the Houston Astros, the Astrodome, when they had just the lights. The little light bulbs. And they did a picture. You know? They created a picture. Speaking of the River Cats, though. They're bringing back these throwback jerseys, which is pretty fun. So I think that's cool. The premier team to see at Sutter Health Park, by the way. This is the team you'd want to go see. Camden Yards left field is definitely worse than that at one point. Generally beautiful ballpark, classic style with fountains and trees and rocks in center field. Yeah, Coors looks awesome. Coors looks awesome. Google Maps view shows it pretty good. Yeah, that was terrible. Oh, and this is what it used to look like. Just nice and straight across. Yeah. Why would you ruin that? Why would you ruin that? Like, they could have easily, if they wanted, I don't know. I guess to make it a pitcher-friendly ballpark, I don't understand why. Like, why would you, I guess... Maybe if some high-profile free agents refuse to sign to you because of your ballpark or something, I could see trying to make changes. Like, I was one of the Giants fans that, I don't know if this was popular or not, but I was open to them changing the dimensions of Oracle Park so that hitters didn't have such a bad, just a bad view of it, a bad opinion of it. I don't think that's very popular with a lot of people, and especially in a lot of ways I am kind of a traditionalist, so that's kind of a rare take for me to have. But what I would like, I'll show you this. Okay, now if I was to if I was to have it my way, dude, if I was to have it my way, okay, what I would maybe do at Oracle Park is right here, the arcade. All right, it's a 24-foot wall in honor of Willie Mays. I would maybe bring this all the way and just bring it in about, I mean, what is that? Maybe 8 feet, and just make it more seating. And then you bring that wall in about 8 feet, and then maybe cut this across right here. I'm open to keeping Triples Alley because I know it's kind of a thing for us. That's fine. I just think it never really. I guess it worked out for us a few times, but like it's never been as substantial of a feature as it was. People kind of hoped. Like we kind of hoped that like triples would be more, more. I can't think of the word. Happen more often. And they don't really. So we could just get rid of that. And the thing is, because I felt like they already kind of ruined this. This is where Barry Bonds' record-breaking home run landed, and they turned it into the 415 Club, and then the bullpens. So they already cut this off. It was deeper. Triples Alley was deeper. So they did cut it off somewhat. But if hitters are still like they don't want to play here, that could be a problem for us. You know what I mean? And so I would be open to like making the arcade wider and just bringing it in however many feet that would be to just make this come straight across. And then if you did that with just the solid wall, because I don't know if you guys know, it has an overhang here. The overhang makes it really hard to play right field. So if you just made it straight across and it's just a regular wall, it'd be a little easier to play right field. So I would be open to that. Right there. Just bring that in. And then you just have more space up here for cool stuff. You know? What a beautiful ballpark. Oh, I can't wait to be here. March 14th. March 14th, folks. I will be walking right in these gates right here. A happy camper. And I have decided I'm going to go ahead and do it. I know I just said I'm not buying jerseys anymore. If right here at the Dugout Store, if they still have the Willie Mays, New York Giants, Mitchell and Ness, I'm going to just go ahead and buy it this year. Okay, I know Bay Area throwbacks. I know the quality's not as good. They don't do it to spec anymore. I don't care. I need it. I'm craving it. My body wants it. Okay? And that's that, dude. And that's that. And I'm not going to go on a huge rant here, but I hate sliding gloves, and I think they should be outlawed. Talk to my lawyers. Talk to my lawyers. Look, that is ridiculous. That is insane. Okay? And I'm sick of people saying Ohtani's the GOAT because of his stolen bases when all the rules and everything benefits stolen bases now. I'm sorry, but 50 stolen bases in 2024? 50 stolen bases in 2024 is less impressive than 30 stolen bases in 1991. He said it. He said it. Arizona. Liberty Lemonade, not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. Let's get rid of the sliding mitts. We're getting rid of the sliding mitts, folks. And that's that. Talk to my lawyers. He moves it back in, claiming it's too dramatic a change. Let's have really bad pitchers. They destroyed our ballpark. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Oh, it is like a memorial park. How cool. This is awesome. I gotta get there, man. I gotta get to Camden Yards. What else? Wish I could go back to Oracle as a kid to see what it was like in 2001. I was young, so obviously don't remember everything. Yeah, I wish I could have seen Rusty. You know, I don't think I went. I don't think I went to Pac Bell until '03, maybe '03, '04. I think was my first game there. Um, but I feel the same way about Candlestick. Like, I wish I could just go experience one of those weekday empty games I went to at Candlestick with, Barry Bonds, and I saw Daryl Strawberry as a Giant. These are the days of, man. I remember when we first got Glenn Allen Hill in right field, and I was all excited. I thought we were just gonna see bomb after bomb with him and Barry. Yeah. I think the least invented should be taken out back and kicked out of baseball. It's making baseball more generic. Yeah. Look at Otani stolen base stats before the rule changes. Insane how much the rules change that. Yeah, it's not that impressive. And people using that as a GOAT argument just irritates me. The 50-50 club, 40-40 club in 1991 is way more impressive than 50-50 club in 2024-25. She'd be able to run into the catcher. Well, no comment on that. Didn't go in 2000, started going in 2001. Yeah, so I was still young. I was still a teenager when Pac Bell opened. And I got to tell you, man, I have a weird all right, like my whole mindset back then was, oh, it's a new fancy ballpark. It's way more expensive. I can't afford that. I can't go. And this is before you could just go on StubHub, right? So you had to I used to go get tickets with my mom at the Giants dugout store. So we go to the dugout store. There was one at Stanford Shopping Center. We go to there and get tickets. Oh, that was so fun, dude. My mom was the best sometimes. Not all the time, but I just think in these moments, I remember when she was asking if, what Giants game, or if I want to go to the Giants game. We go to the Giants dugout, and they'd have the little mini schedules, and we'd take the schedules, and we'd look at the schedule, and then we go up to they had a little box office in the dugout store, like a little window you could go buy tickets at, if you youngsters can believe that. And we would get some tickets for a game, and they'd be like $5-10. And man, I miss that. But my whole mindset, which might have came from my mom or other people who weren't even really into baseball like that, was oh, it's a new ballpark. It's probably really expensive. It's new. It's fancy. It's, And so I didn't go until my grandmother took me in '03, '04. And we had club seats. And Danny Glover was sitting right near us. And I at one point went to go to the bathroom, and Danny Glover was standing in the hallway watching the game on the TV for some reason. And I walked right by Danny Glover. I didn't say anything to him. I was like, oh my God, that's Danny freaking Glover, dude. He used to have season tickets at Giants games. I don't know if he still does. I don't think so. Rumors Rusty only came out for the first month, so you would have gone the first couple of weeks. Yeah, no, it was hard to see. There he is. Happy birthday. His name ain't Diosa, but we call him Diosa. Happy birthday, dude. Love that. My mom was the best too. Would stay after night games while we would go by the players' parking lot. Same, man. Dad also hated going to games, only went to take us. Dude, my mom never gave me a hard time. At Candlestick, we go stand by the players' lot, watch the players leave, and I never got autographs or anything. And I don't really remember the players stopping at all. They would just drive out, and it was always fun. I did this for a couple 49ers games in the 90s also, and for the Giants games. I just remember you could tell who the star players were because they would be the ones in the sports car, I don't even remember the cars, but it'd be oh, it's a Ferrari. That's probably Barry Bonds. You know what I mean? And they just always had tinted windows. So everyone standing there would just be who is that? Who is that? It would just be a group of kids, and we'd all be oh, who's that? Who's that? Be oh, it's Matt Williams. It's Matt Williams. Man, that was that was good memories, man. I'm so thankful my mom was like cool like that, you know. Didn't rush us. Didn't she, like my mom was never like she's never like irritable like that. Like obviously she's human, but like she's always just chill and like understanding, and she likes seeing people having a good time. And she's like that with like any kids. So like me, even my brother and sister who aren't her kids, she would still like do things for them because she just likes to see people like enjoying themselves. Like she likes to support that, which is, I don't know, it's cool. And so for me, she never gave me a hard time. Like she never like, no, we got to go home. No, nothing, dude. She like, whatever I wanted to do, you know, I wanted to get there early for batting practice. She didn't have a problem with it. Yeah, she was dope, man. My mom's the best. Mom's always the best. Mom, the ones that take you everywhere. They'd take me out of school early, go to the movies, go to a baseball game. Yeah, man. You know what my mom used to do too? This is totally off topic now, but like whenever I had like a doctor's appointment or dentist appointment, or usually doctors because like, you know, you can't eat, but like for a doctor's appointment, especially if I got shots. So if I had to get like a shot, she would take me to Toys R Us after and get me like a G.I. Joe or something. And then other like just doctor's appointments, we would go get something fun to eat. So like in Redwood City when I was a kid, there used to be an A&W, and it was like the only A&W that was still left. And so we would go get like A&W with a root beer float, and then we would go to this park that's like almost San Carlos. It's called Lion Park, or I don't know the name of the park, but we call it Lion Park because it just has these two lion statues. And we go to Lion Park and eat A&W, and she just did that just to be cool. Like, you know, I got out of school, go to the doctor, get some A&W at Lion Park. Like, yeah, man, it was dope. I'm so appreciative of her. My dad barely exists unless I track him to an event. Yeah, that's one thing. Like, my dad was crazy, but he was a big sports guy. So we would go chase autographs and stuff. Back in the day, like you used to have to check the newspaper, and the newspaper would have advertisements of upcoming autograph signings. A lot of times at dealerships and department stores. So like we would get the newspaper and it would have like Bryant Young at this Ford dealership, something like that. We got Ken Norton Jr. at Macy's at Stanford Mall, Merton Hanks at Macy's at Hillsdale Mall. Twice actually. We only saw Merton Hanks there twice, like 2 different years. And I remember one time we went to see Merton Hanks at the Hillsdale Mall. Jerry Rice walks in, says what's up to Merton Hanks, and walks off. And my dad like damn near pushed me to go try to get his autograph. And this Jerry Rice, dude, tall, fast. He's walking super fast. And I'm little, right? So I'm like trying to keep up with him, and I'm just probably all sheepish, like, Jerry, can I get your autograph or whatever? He didn't even acknowledge me and kept going. I couldn't catch up to him. So I don't even think he heard me. I was probably like too intimidated. And then we got William Floyd at a car dealership, Bryant Young at a car dealership. I remember going to like, you know, they would have like the charity basketball games. It would be like PAL or whatever, like police athletic league and the fire department against like 49ers players for like a charity basketball game. I met T.O. when he was a rookie. He wouldn't sign an autograph for me though. He said no. But I met him at Carlmont High School. Yeah, he was a rookie and he was dunking on all the firemen, dude. It was crazy. Yeah. We wanted to be there until the end of the game. I remember going with a friend and his parents. We left in the 7th inning. Oh! I would be confused too. Love when we give parks nicknames, don't know the actual names. We live near Jeff Kent. To this day, we still call Park by his old house Jeff Kent Park. Simple things in life, for sure, man. Dad hated T.O. My mom and him still took us to Sports Authority in San Mateo to wait in a long-ass line to get his autograph. Yeah, no, he said no to me. I asked him. I was in the hallway. I don't know if somehow we got like behind the scenes or if he was just in the regular hallway. I was in the hallway with a bunch of the players, and T.O. was there, and I said, like, can I get an autograph or something? And he just kind of ignored me. He, like, looked at me and just kind of ignored me. Kind of shady when you think about it. I took a picture with him a year or two ago, though, at the charity game. But I remember T.O. was like, I don't remember who else played that game at all, but T.O. was the guy I was most excited about because, like, he was a rookie. I was all hyped about him. And so he was dunking on everyone, which was amazing. He caught an alley-oop. And just dunked on these firemen. Oh, it was so dope. But anyways, yeah, I miss that stuff, man. I miss that stuff. Get rid of the sliding mitts, folks. Here's a Tropicana Field transform as new turf is installed. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's kind of dope. I like that for the new roof at Tropicana, it's not just all white. They did it's almost like a tan, like a khaki. So it's like a pinwheel kind of look, which I really, really like. And they got the lighting effects back that they had just installed them before the whole place got ruined in the hurricane. But here's like a little time lapse of them getting it ready, which is pretty cool. The lighting effects look awesome. New roof looks awesome. I'm thinking about trying to go there this year. If I can swing it, I definitely want to go. But yeah, it looks cool, man. And this is a place that I like that it's so ugly. Like, I want this place to be ugly. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of it. Otherwise, we'll wait for their new ballpark someday. Speaking of the players, dude. So I don't know if you guys heard about this. Now, I don't know if he didn't say anything, but apparently he was just on live on Instagram, just holding up an ice cream while it melted. Now, if anyone saw this, I don't know if he just didn't say anything and just sat there while it was melting. But I'm just sad about the whole thing, man. Like, I don't know if he's got issues, but something is obviously a little wacky going on. There's too much wacky stuff happening with Brandon Ayuk. He gave up so much money for no reason. So much money. He lost like $25 million because he didn't want to go to meetings. And then he ends up speeding past the place he's supposed to go to the meetings to anyways and posting it on Instagram. Like, I don't know what's up with him. I don't know. But I hope we don't see a crazy crash out. But I'll be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if we never see him play again. Now, I think it's probably likely he'll end up on some random team. He'll be on the Titans or something. He'll get 8 catches in 10 games before going on IR. But I think his career's over. I really do. There will definitely be a team that will take a chance on him. I just don't know if he'll ever actually be able to like suit up and be part of a team and be ready to go on game day. I hope I'm wrong because I never would celebrate, someone's downfall. I just think that there's too much weird stuff going on for it to be just him being kooky, What do you think of the whole John Fisher wearing a construction site jersey uniform thing, having 24 on the back with Fisher on top? I didn't see that. Obviously, I don't know him, but he seemed like he was super cool and then just went crazy. Yeah, something's off, dude. Something's off. You see Neon? I posted this in the Discord. Neon, the live streamer, said that he like asked Brandon Ayuk if he wanted to be on a stream with him, and Brandon Ayuk wanted him to pay him $100,000 to do it. Like, dude, what is up with you? And the fact that like he lost all that money and then is trying to build his brand. It's like, what is your brand? Not playing football? Like going on IR? Is that your brand? demanding a trade? Is that your brand? Like, now if there's some other mental things going on, that explains it. But like, if not, how could you be that dense to think that you can build a brand around a mediocre football career? Because dude, where's his career going to go from here? Again, I hope I'm wrong, but let's be realistic. All right, he'll end up on some random team and probably barely contribute. I think that's what's going to happen. And then he might even get released before the season even starts. I think that's what's going to happen. And what is that brand? Or if he ends up on the Panthers or something, some random team. He wanted to go to the Commanders. He ends up on the Commanders. Okay, he has a decent season. He has a great season. He's not that. You would build a better brand just sticking with your one team because you already had a fan base that adored you, and now you're just going to be a journeyman. I don't know. Like all these people, all these athletes' brands suffer when they bounce around, and I don't know if they know that. Dude, Russell Westbrook, Mr. Triple-Double, MVP, OKC Thunder, stayed loyal after KD left. That was a brand. And now, I can't even count all the teams he's been on. I don't even know. Is he still in Sacramento? I don't even know. James Harden, brand, not as big as it should have been if he would have stuck with Houston. Obviously, OKC was stupid. That was their fault. If he would have stuck with Houston, he would have such a big brand. If KD stuck with a team, such a big brand. But bouncing around, you're not going to have a big brand. So what brand are you building, Brandon Ayuk? A wide receiver that never lived up to potential and then crashes out on social media and demands trades and then signs huge extensions or huge contracts and still gets upset about it? What is that? I don't know. Don't worry for the same guy. It's a super team. Really only LeBron didn't suffer in terms of his brand. I agree with you. And I think that's because LeBron was his own brand kind of before. His legacy was being built before he was even drafted. He didn't build his legacy through a team like Russell Westbrook did, you know? Dude, DeAndre Hopkins bouncing around. Like, it's not good for your brand. You know? DK Metcalf, if he was still a Seahawk, Super Bowl champ. And I'm not even blaming these players because some of them, they didn't leave on their own accord. There's a lot that goes into it. I get that. I'm just saying if you have the choice, though, and the 49ers were obviously playing ball with you and gave you the extension you wanted and even tried to give you the trade that you wanted, like they did everything you wanted. What is that brand? You know? I don't know, dude. I do hope he's okay because he was one of my favorite players. I really enjoyed him on the 49ers, and it just sucks. It makes me sad, you know? Bums me out, dude. Anyways. Whatever, dude. I'm going to drink my iced tea. Brought to you by Arizona. Liberty Lemonade, not sponsored. All right? This is not a sponsorship at all. But it can be. It can be, dude. Email in the description, dude. Hit me up, Arizona. I want to travel a lot this year. I'm going to travel with my mom. I'm really excited about that. I got some things in the works. Like I said, I got this generic jersey so I can look like the 20-year-old cool brother in 1983 that picks up his little brother from high school in his Trans Am, because I was looking into something that a project I wanted to work on. I'm really trying to like. I've had no energy at all because of my current working situation. I've been just My brain has been deep fried, dude, every day. But I do have another video coming out this week. Got a bunch of stuff I need to get done. I'm trying to work, is what I'm trying to say. But because of my other work, it's deep frying my brain and making it hard to do. You know what I mean? What do you think Wally Zerbiak's doing right now? Hope he's okay. Even politics haven't can ancestry. Take these out. It was a good thing we traded DK. I agree with you. That was kind of my point. DK Metcalf, incredible player, and he would have a much bigger legacy, you know, if he was able to stick with the Seahawks. And I think some of these players just think, I'm gonna go with the biggest contract possible. And so, and I think that's kind of accepted by a lot of people, by the league, even by fans. Even fans are like, well, we couldn't afford him, so I'm glad he's going to get paid over here. That's just kind of the accepted way to do it. And I just don't, I think sometimes if you play the long game, there's more value in taking less to stick with a team. Now, if DK, if he wasn't a knucklehead, right? If he could have found a way to stick with the Seahawks, not just try to get paid the highest possible amount up front, he could have been an icon in Seattle for the rest of his life. He could have been a king in Seattle for the rest of his life. And there's value to that you don't get with the upfront contract, right? So a lot of athletes, they will move on to another team because that team sucks and they have more money to spend under the salary cap or whatever, or even a big player in a small pond, a big fish in a small pond will take the bag, like in baseball, to go to a big pond because that big pond has more money to spend. But now you're not the big fish anymore. Robinson Cano, you know what I mean? So you're not, if you're an absolute stud in Milwaukee or Minnesota or Cleveland or Cincinnati, right? And you're a perennial all-star and you're like, you have potential to make the Hall of Fame and blah, blah, blah. And then you go to the Yankees, you're just going to be another guy in the crowd. They're not going to build a statue for you. But if you would have stuck to Minnesota, they might have built a statue for you right next to Joe Mauer. To me, there's value in that. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't just chase the biggest bag. I would chase what is the best long-term for my legacy. What is the best? A lot of times they say for my family. It's like, is the best for your family just to get the upfront money though? And then that money's gone in 10 years and now you're just like, oh, remember that player? Oh yeah, he was pretty good for a while. Instead of like, dude, there's some Giants players that stick around and they're just treated good for just being around. You know what I mean? Like they have opportunities just for existing. Andres Torres, dude, didn't do a whole lot in the MLB, right? Doesn't have a ton of accolades. Had a nice little career though. But he's still, everyone's excited to see him at Giants games. He's still like, and obviously he bounced around, so it's different. But I'm just saying, like, when you ingrain yourself like that, imagine a superstar, you know? And luckily, in some situations, it doesn't really matter. Like Brandon Crawford went to the Cardinals. We were all sad, but we got it. But he already cemented everything, you know? Clay going to the Mavericks, Brandon Belt going to the Blue Jays. They had accolades. They cemented it. They were just extending their careers. They weren't trashing the first part of their career, basically. So I feel like that can be a little different. But when you're still in your prime and you just take the bigger bag, I think sometimes there's value to just sticking it out. You know what I mean? What up, Jared? If you say anything racist on the NFL game, getting kicked out and banned. I agree. Professional sports, you're going to get a massive bag. Yeah, it's just, you can take that upfront money and you'll have more money, which is, if that's fine for you, that's fine for you. But it's like, if you're a superstar athlete the difference between 150 million and 140 million is not too much. But I would sacrifice that 10 million to stick with a team in a city that has embraced me and the fans adore me, and maybe someday I can have a plaque on the wall, as opposed to just let me take that extra 10 million that won't change my life because I'm already filthy rich. You know what I mean? I don't know. So like, yeah, with certain people, like with Debo could have been in the 49ers Hall of Fame. But instead he's like, it was kind of mutual. The 49ers like, we can't pay you your asking price. You're going to move on. And even with all the drama from before, it was an amicable split. But if he would have just been like, I don't, what can you afford? Let's negotiate. Maybe try deferring it a little bit like the Dodgers. I don't know. But like, you could have been in that 49ers museum right there, man. And now you're not going to be. You're just going to be that guy like, oh man, Debo was fun. I like Debo. And that's it. And now in 20 years, if he goes to a game, if it's still Levi's Stadium, he goes to a game and he blows the horn before the game, the foghorn. All the people, my age, or people now who are like 20 and over, they're going to be excited. The kids are going to be like, who's that? He played? When did he play? Oh, okay. But if he had a statue and his name on the Ring of Honor or something, I mean, maybe he wouldn't have did that. But like, you know what I mean? You live forever. I don't know, dude. I'm just a fella, dude. Just a fella. What do you think Dontari Poe's up to right now? Think he's still awake? What time is it? 9:21. You think he goes to sleep early? Yeah. My display case is coming along. I wasn't able to work on it for a while, but I started working on it again. And I love Knick Knacks, dude. I just love Knick Knacks. I love souvenirs. I got some stuff to show you guys. Most of this I post in the Discord already, but I'll show some of you guys this stuff. And like, I have an addiction, man. I have an addiction. I just want stuff, dude. I just want championship ring replicas. I need it. I need it. That's the thing you don't understand, dude. You don't understand how much I need Knick Knacks and Suvies. You know how bad I need a Joe Staley Joe Show bobblehead? Do you know how bad I need this in my life? Dude, they were selling this at training camp for $10. I should have bought more. I should have bought a handful of them. Okay? Now, I got to imagine the 49ers got to start doing bobbleheads again soon. I think they're gonna, because obviously bobbleheads are popular now. The Dodgers are releasing 72 of them a year. I got to imagine the 49ers are going to start doing bobbleheads again. They just got to. Now, I don't know if there'll be a giveaway, if they'll do giveaways anymore. It feels like they won't, besides like a freaking rally towel. But like, at least make them and sell them, Because all we have right now is like Foco does some. But they're more expensive, and I guess there's like controversy with Foco. I don't really know what the controversy is. I think they're just late on shipments, which I understand because the Satchel Paige and these Steph Curry All-Star ones were super late, so I think it's mostly that. But I don't really know, dude. I'm not a bobblehead guy. I'm a radical left revolutionary and an NBA Live 2004 champion. But I'm not really a bobblehead guy like that. I like bobbleheads, but I'm not the expert. There's far better experts out there. Some of them in our chat right now. But I'm just saying, I got to imagine at some point, so we don't have to go through Foco, 49ers going to release more bobbleheads. But I took this out because I'm trying to put together a little 49ers section in my display case. And it sucks because, like, football has way less Knick Knacks, dude. There's way less cool stuff. And baseball has by far the best Knick Knacks. The best souvenirs is baseball. And that's that, dude. Talk to my lawyers. Talk to my lawyers. You can get a baseball. You can get dirt. There's more pins. Football has some cool pins. The game day pins and stuff are awesome. But, like, baseball does that too. So it's like, that's a wash. But, like, just baseball, you got, there's just more stuff, dude. You got mini stadium giveaways, dude. When was the last time a football team did a mini stadium giveaway? Football needs to step it up is my overall thing. Like, why can I go buy a World Series ring, but I can't go buy a replica Super Bowl championship ring? Why do the 49ers not do Super Bowl replica giveaway rings at games? You only have 8 or 9 home games a year. You can't do a couple giveaways, dude? Can't do a couple? And that's that, dude. Talk to my lawyers right now. And I did want to bring this up. Hold on. There's a interesting turn of events here I wanted to bring up and just kind of, because, I talk my trash, but I also want to be fair. Okay? Gabe loves his bobbleheads. He does, but I smashed all of them on live, if you guys remember. Before the Foco controversy, I wasn't big on them. I'm an SGA guy, so I hope the Niners start doing them as giveaways again. Yeah, the giveaways are always fun because it's way more. It just feels part of the culture, right? Like, just buying it from Foco is not as special. Like, as much as I needed to get these Steph Curry ones, because I've mentioned it a million times, but the All-Star game, going to the All-Star game was a bucket list thing for me. So I've been getting as much All-Star swag as I can from the Bay Area All-Star game. I got 2 of the Steph Curry bobbleheads. I got a couple of the Steph Curry cards from the All-Star game. I got some other Knick Knacks. As much as I like this and I'm happy with it, it would have been cooler to get this at Chase Center. You know what I mean? Even if I bought it, even if it wasn't a giveaway. Just like from the team instead of just this random organization that just does baubles. So yeah, regardless, even though Foco does some awesome stuff and some of the other companies with National Bobblehead Hall of Fame, whatever it's called, they do awesome bobbleheads and sometimes they're better quality because they're not giveaways. It's still funner to have a less perfect version that you actually got as you walked into the gates, Like, that's more special. Foco is different from Funko, yeah, like Bay Area Throwback said. I feel like football just knows they will sell tickets so they feel like they don't need giveaways. Yeah, you're probably right. Niners not doing commemorative Super Bowl rings on anniversaries is crazy. That's what I'm saying. We could do that almost every other year. We could do it's the 30th anniversary, it's the 40th anniversary, like, yeah, I don't trash talk because I know even with the Super Bowl championships, we need 3 more. Yeah. Yeah, like, we should do some stuff, Do something, dude. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm just a radical left revolutionary and a NBA Live 2004 champion. Nobody can beat me. All right, and I will play with the Timberwolves. I'll run a 2 point guard set with Troy Hudson and Sam Cassell, and you won't be able to stop me. Okay? Or I'll play with the Boston Celtics. Okay? Tony Delk, was it Eddie Strickland or something? It was some no-name guy, but he had the 3-point thing. Dude, I came up with the Warriors offense. I might have said this before on the live stream, but it's true, dude. I ran small ball, 3-point heavy offense in 2004, 2005. I would run with the Timberwolves, Sam Cassell, Troy Hudson. I had Spreewell, I had Wally Zerbiak, I had Kevin Garnett, dude. And I would be hitting threes with Troy Hudson. Splash, dude. I would play with the Celtics, and there was a backup point guard. It was something Strickland. I don't even remember because he didn't have much of a career. But I would put Tony Delk and him, and guess what I would do, dude? I don't even remember who the center was. I would move Antoine Walker from power forward to center, and he could hit threes. He had the three-point icon. So I had freaking Strickland, Tony Delk, Paul Pierce, Antoine Walker, all hitting threes. I don't even remember who my fifth was. I'd have to think about it. I don't remember. I'll have to look at the roster. But, dude, I came up with that offense, dude. Mark Jackson, Steve Kerr, give me my flowers, dude, because I was on NBA Live 04-05 raining threes, setting records. Boom. Talk to my lawyers, dude. Talk to my lawyers if you got a problem with that, dude. Now, I want my royalties because you stole my offense. Who else slid Antoine Walker to the 5 and still had him hitting threes at the baseline? Nobody can beat me. NBA Live 04-05. Try it, dude. Stand up right now if you think you can beat me in NBA Live 04. Didn't think so. Stay in your seats. Eric Schwartz, new member. There he is. I appreciate you. I got 2 members only videos coming out this week, and I got a little backlog of them too, and I got more coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. It means the world to me, man. It really does. If I told the story, a lot of my family back east, a lot of Patriots fans. I think you did say that, yeah. College baseball does some giveaways. Dude, yeah, minor league does giveaways. It's crazy. Seahawks ants going to cancel about a year. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear about that, right, guy? So I love that we have memorable video game seasons as a kid. I had a legendary season, 2004 Twins. Torrey Hunter went crazy. Dude, I'm gonna look it up right now, and then I got something else to show you guys. It had to be, I think so. I can't remember which year, but one year I ran with the Timberwolves, and I put Troy Hudson and Sam Cassell 2-point guard set, and then I think it was the year after that I played Celtics, Tony Delk, and this Strickland. I can't remember his freaking name, dude. I literally only slotted him in because he was fast and he could shoot threes. Because that was my offense, dude. And I changed the game, dude. Steph Curry. It was at my boy Big Bread Fred's house in East Menlo. 1100 block. 1100 block Madera. East Menlo. Maybe Steph Curry was there. And I played him. I don't remember. And the whole hood used to come through. So maybe he did. Okay. Oh no, it wasn't 04-05 Celtics because that's when they had Gary Payton. It must have been earlier than that then. Let's see. I'm gonna find this. And you're gonna sit there and deal with it, or you can log off. I don't care. Talk to my lawyers, dude. Let's see. Kendrick Perkins. Ooh, this is a 03-04 Celtics. That was a. What was their record this year? Because that is not a squad there. 36-46. Sounds about right. That is a rough squad. Rafe LaFrance. You guys remember him? Who remembers Rafe LaFrance? What do you think he's up to right now? Someone reach out. All right, it might have been this year. Vin Baker. I want to say... Was it this year? Antoine Walker, forward. Tony Delk. 44-38, much better year. I don't see a Strickland, though. Bimbo Coles was on this team. Antoine Walker, maybe it was 03. Sorry, you guys are going to just, I'm gonna go through this. I'm going to figure this out. Eric Strickland. There it is. Eric Strickland and Tony Delk. So this was 02. So this was either 02 or 03 NBA Live. So I must have played. It must have been the other way around. I played Celtics one year and then the Timberwolves. I thought it was the other way around, but maybe not. All right. So Eric Strickland, Tony Delk, 2 point guard set. Antoine Walker at the 5. I think Paul Pierce was at the 4. And then it might have been, no, it wasn't Kenny Anderson. He was too small. Kendrick Brown, maybe, at the 3. Dang, I can't remember. I'll have to load it up and see. Rashawn McLeod, no. I don't remember. But who was the center? Mark Blunt, Tony Batty, or Vitaly Potapenko. I don't remember who was the starting center, but he had to sit because Antoine Walker had to hit some triples. You know what I mean? Antoine Walker had to hit some triples. Get out of here, dude. I'm sorry. So I don't know much about bobbleheads. I'm only a radical left revolutionary and an NBA Live 0304 champion. Okay? I don't know much. Mom grew up New York Giants fan, but had a ton of Patriots fans. To try to keep my private life private, I had to say, well, thanks for sharing. It might be the year Van Exel was on the Dubs. I used to ball with him. Yeah, one of those years he was on the Dubs. It was fun. That team was fun on NBA Live too. I just didn't like our jerseys back then. I love using the Twins for a few seasons. And I used to like playing with the Timberwolves because I was a huge Sprewell fan. And Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett is probably my favorite power forward of all time. So it was like Sprewell and Kevin Garnett, dude. You think I'm not rocking with them? And Sam Cassell was raw in that game? Come on, man. Love using the Twins for a few seasons. The MLB The Show. Joe Mauer, Shannon Stewart, Jason Kubel, Justin Morneau, Johan Santana, Radke. Yeah, dude, they were raw back then. First Madden season, I remember I used the Vikings. Dude, the Vikings were fun. Dante Culpepper throwing bombs at Chris Carter and Randy Moss. Yeah, no, Vikings were a fun team to play with. So my Madden days, I was almost always exclusively Eagles. I played with the Eagles. And if any of you guys, I don't know if it's different now, but pre-internet video gaming, when you actually had to play your friends in person, nobody played with our hometown teams. Like, nobody played with the 49ers or Raiders. Some Raiders fans would play with the Raiders, and I always thought that was weird. And especially because, like, if you're playing your friend and he's this fan of the same team, it's not fair if one of you plays with your team. So it was like, you know, because it's like, oh, you're going to play with the 49ers? Now I got to play against my favorite team. So we pick other teams. So I used to play at my boy Fred's house. And Fred and C's. C's is the one who did the theme song or the thing, and he's in a bunch of videos. Fred's in some videos too. We play at his house a lot, and he used to play with the Jets a lot. I want to say, dang, who else was it? He played with the Jets a lot. He was raw with the Jets, like Curtis Martin Jets. I can't remember, but I usually played with the Eagles because I love Donovan McNabb. Their defense was incredible, like Brian Dawkins and all them. And McNabb was fun. The only thing I sucked about that team is they never had good receivers until 1 year T.O. So I remember that year I was raw because I finally had T.O. But I didn't like playing with them anymore because they were such a strong team. And when I first played with them, they were an up-and-coming team, but they weren't like a premier powerhouse team yet. And then once it's like they went to 3 NFC championship games, they went to the Super Bowl, should have won the Super Bowl. They were just so highly rated. I just felt bad playing with them. And that was, honestly, I barely started. I didn't play Madden very much after that. Once people were playing online, I just kind of, I'm like, I want to be with my friends playing in person. But we used to have battles on NBA Live and Madden. But yeah, Dante Culpepper was hella fun in Madden. Obviously, used the Falcons a few years later with Vic and Warwick Dunn. Bro, my best friend used to use the Falcons because he was the biggest Michael Vick fan, and it was so annoying. So I would who would I play with? I think I I think sometimes when he would pick the Falcons, I would pick the Ravens, and I would just put Ray Lewis on QB spy like every play. Because I was like, that's the only thing I can do. Like, I can't do anything else. Sometimes if you did like a safety blitz or a corner blitz, you could get lucky if he tries to roll out that way. But yeah, he was just unfair that game. But he was so dead set on trying to run with Vic that it became a lot easier, because it's like, I just have to game plan for Vic because I know he's not going to make too many other plays. And I think who was on that Falcons team? Like Peerless Price, was he the receiver? There was who was their best receiver? I don't remember. I think it was like Peerless Price. But yeah, Warwick Dunn was hella good too. And I would always be like, in my head, like, why you should be running with Warwick Dunn more to open up opportunities, but he would just always try to run with Vic. And I would just be trying to like hit stick him. Man, those are good times, man. Those are good times. I shoot so many threes because they don't have Fours Walker. There you go. Yeah, he'd be at my 5. You see Cash Patel drinking and celebrating U.S. hockey team. Yeah, he's a clown. He's a clown. Honestly, no more of the early 2000s, 2019s because of Madden. Oh yeah, 100%, bro. I know so many random players from the early 2000s just because I used to play with them on Madden. Online first came out, it was cool because I could play my cousin. So that made it cool, made it feel like I was kicking it with him. Yeah, that's dope. But like once everything just became online, I just kind of was like, nah. Like not even just that, but also just like you have to deal with the internet and lag and all that. I'm like, I just miss being in my friend's garage. We'd be in the garage and there'd be like 8 of us and we'd all be taking turns, and like, the classic, if you win, you stay on the sticks. If you lose, you're off the sticks. And just like, it would feel so good when you'd have like a 3-game winning streak and you just be whooping everyone in the room. And I got to say, it was usually me or Fred. Like me or Fred would be the ones, whoever would be last would be one of us. So we used to have battles. And that was, yeah, I missed that. Anyway, back to the Knick Knacks, dude. Back to the Knick Knacks. I found this patch, so I'm putting together. I posted a picture in the Discord if you want to go look at it, but I forgot I had this random Rickwood Field patch from the MLB game there. I just love stuff like this, man. Love stuff like this. And it's like, that's what I'm saying. Baseball has way cooler stuff. Just like they get the Knick Knacks right, dude. This is a... Wait. I want to open this so you can see it better. But I need more football stuff. So if you guys see any football knickknacks, dude, let me know. You know what I mean? Need more football knickknacks. Dang it. Someone put eBay tape on this thing I'm trying to show you guys. Oh, well, here it is. All right. Atlanta Braves at Houston Astros, September 15th, 1982, Wednesday Eve, it says. Field level, 115, row 6, seat 108. Ticket. Look at the old Indians logo. I love that even though it's the Astros, it's like in Houston Oilers colors. I wonder if they just had all their tickets were just like Houston Oilers just bought the run of them. It was just like, here, you guys can use these too. But yeah, I'm building my display case, so I'm going through a lot of my collectibles and things like that. So in the coming weeks, you'll probably see me just sharing random stuff I found. And then here is the what are they called? The Russian dolls. Hold on, what's the name of them? Is it just called Russian doll? Stacking doll? Is it stacking doll? Stacking doll. Matryoshka doll. Okay, Russian stacking doll or nesting doll. I have a special nesting doll of your boy, Barry Lamar Bonds. Look at that. Look at that, dude. No name on the back. It's accurate. They kept it accurate, didn't they? He's got his earring in. Okay, and then here's what's cool. You open it up. There's another little berry. And look, he's a pirate now. He's a pirate now. Jersey's accurate. Accurate numbers. Now, I haven't even... Guys, this is a monumental occasion. I have not even opened this past this. So this is the furthest I've gotten. His jersey is off center, but that's fine, dude. Maybe he rounded third and he's coming in hot. He's coming in hot. Let's open this. I haven't gone past this. Oh, dude, is this Arizona? Sun Devils? We got Sun Devils bonds? Heck yeah, dude. Does it go past this or is that it? Come on, you don't have Sarah? We don't have Sarah High School? Dang, I think that's it. Or am I just breaking it? Or is it... It feels like there's a seam, though. There's a seam. Oh, no, it's moving. It's moving. There's more. There's more, folks. And it's empty. Dang it. All right, well, I can hide drugs in here, I guess. All right, well, at least I know. All right. That's pretty cool. Wait, I lost the Pirates one. There it is. Okay. Now, I don't know why this thing exists. It says Diamond Nuts. Put this out. I don't know if this was a stadium giveaway. Does anyone know? Anyone remember this? Babushka. Authentic Babushka Russian nesting doll. But put him in my little Barry Bonds section of my display case with my autograph ball and stuff. Oh, he's backwards. Oh, it's not a pleasant sound. Not a pleasant sound there. There it is. That's fun, dude. We're just here to have a good time. Okay? And now, number one. The thing that's in the thumbnail. Okay? You probably already know this, but we saw our first Waymo car in Baltimore. Yes, I did hear about that. I know you probably already so I read that one online for I read that. Outside of sports games, it was fun to play San Andreas with my brothers. We just get high and play until we die, then pass the controller. Yeah. So I remember the play till you die method of Grand Theft Auto would be like you have to like you're not doing missions, right? You would just like load up a save where like you have a bunch of guns and stuff, and then you would just go on a rampage until you died, and then pass it to the next person. And it's against the rules to like do a mission if you're playing like that. Like you're not doing missions, you're just going on rampages, doing stunts, you're doing stupid stuff, blowing things up. And I remember my little brother Cole playing, I think it was Vice City, and he was really young at the time. Probably shouldn't have been playing Grand Theft Auto, but I'm a cool older brother. You see me, I'm wearing a generic mesh football jersey like it's 1983, dude. I'm 20 years old. I'm picking up my little brother from high school in my Trans Am, and I'm smoking a cigarette. That's how cool I am. So anyways, my brother, it would be his turn. So it would be like me, my sister, and my brother. Me and my sister would like go on rampages, do all this stuff. Cole, though, Cole would get on the game and go find a fire truck and just drive around slowly in the fire truck and just spray things with the fire hose. And then if you spray people, they would like fall down, so he'd knock people over. And if you did knock a couple people over, you'd get 1 star and you'd be wanted. And as soon as he would get 1 star, he would run for the hills and go hide until the 1 star went away. And so sometimes I used to have to just grab the controller from him and be like, no, dude, you stop. Or be like, if you don't blow that fire truck up in the next 20 seconds, your turn is over. He just wanted to extend his turn. He just didn't want to give it up so he wouldn't cause any problems. He'd be like a model citizen. Babushkas, yeah, that's what it says the name is. So yeah, I guess Babushka lady from the JFK Zapruder film. There's probably a giveaway if it's Diamond Nuts. They used to always have advertisements and stuff with the Giants. Yeah, I wonder you know, when they did this. They did cheap. And I don't know, there's supposed to be a small little one. Is there? Maybe I got it on eBay, I think, for like a couple bucks. So maybe it was missing one in little one. One of the coolest random things I found and bought was a 1951 Giants program from the Polo Grounds. Ah, how dope. Worst to play GTA with? He was, dude. And he's still the worst to this day in lots of other ways. He's just the worst in general. All right. So the thing I'm most excited to show you guys, okay? Tell your friends, gather the family around the living room, and watch this, right? So the other day, I went to get my mail, as I normally do, right? And sometimes I get fan letters, you know, big checks from multimedia conglomerates, right? So I go to my mailbox, and there's a big envelope in there. I don't know what it is, but I've ordered a few things lately, so I'm like, all right, maybe it's something I ordered and I just couldn't remember. I was like, I don't remember ordering anything that would be in an envelope, though, right? So I pull it out of the thing, and I look at it. I don't want to give away my address, but it has the Buffalo Bills logo on it and the Buffalo Bills address. And I'm like, what the heck, dude? What the heck did the Buffalo Bills send me? So now I'm guessing. I'm playing the guessing game, okay? What is in this envelope, right? I'm like, all right, did they see my video and now they're offering me a full-time job as backup quarterback? Very, very real possibility, right? Do they need a placeholder for minicamp this upcoming spring? Do they want to give me a free suite at Highmark 2? These are all real possibilities that are going through my mind. And then I'm thinking, like, is it a cease and desist letter? Did they not like my video? Did they say that you showed too much and you gave too many opinions and you take that video down, or we'll send snipers? Right? But then I was thinking, like, they wouldn't have my like full name and address though. That would be, you know, that'd be pretty good detective work. I mean, it's not like it's a secret, but I was just like, I don't think they would address it to my full legal name, you know? So I went and opened it up, and there was a letter. Here's me in a letter from the Buffalo Bills. Okay? It's fine. Do not fret. It's on heavy cardstock, so it's fine. All right. Now, Highmark Bills. Now it says, "Dear Bills fan." Right? Wrong. Wrong already, dude. In the first 3 words, you're already wrong. No, but dear Bills fan, obviously not. I'm not, but they don't know that. You know, I was undercover. I was on a secret mission. On behalf of the Buffalo Bills and Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, we want to extend our deepest thanks for your snow removal help at Highmark Stadium in January 2026. Your willingness to brave the elements, oh, and did I, and help clear the building before a final regular season game exemplifies what makes Bills Mafia truly unmatched. And also, 49ers faithful, apparently, they don't know that, but I'm adding that in. Those are my words, not theirs. So this is like a thank you letter for removing the snow, okay? I hope you all 13 people watching this tremendous worldwide simulcast event, the Sunday night live stream, got a chance to watch my Buffalo Bills videos and the snow removal video, the snow shoveling video. It was so much fun. It was great. And I got paid $20 an hour. I did get my check. Some people said they haven't got paid yet. I was reading. I made it a point to email them as soon as I got home to be like, hey, how do I get paid? And they sent me the check, and it came in clutch because your boy was broke. Okay, so I got a check for my hard-earned hard-earned day, and I got access to a stadium that's about to be torn down, and I got to go on the field of that stadium, and there's nothing you could do to ever take that away from me. Talk to my lawyers. So anyways, they continue. Because of your dedication, teamwork, and incredible community spirit, we were able to safely welcome fans, including me, for one last game at Highmark Stadium. Your contributions gave us home field advantage and helped our hometown Buffalo Bills beat the Jets 35-8, giving our fans one final great memory in the old Highmark Stadium, aka the Ralph. In partnership with Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, we're proud to present you with this limited edition Highmark Stadium Snow Shovelers Guild patch. This patch is a small token of our mutual gratitude and a reminder that the heart of our community has always been its fans. Thank you for answering the call, for showing up when it mattered most, and for embodying the toughness and loyalty that defines the city of good neighbors. We're grateful to have you as part of our family. Not part of the family, I'm part of the 49ers family, but I was a friend to them, okay? Go Bills, the Buffalo Bills, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Now, we got us a limited edition. Now, in that envelope with this letter came this. Welcome to the Guild. And I opened her up. Bum, bum, bum. A beautiful patch. Let me see if I can get this to... usually I don't bother with it, but I'm going to try to get this to actually focus because it's worth it, okay? Deal with it now. Deal with it. There it is. Snow... Oh, I need to use this more often. I didn't realize it would focus that well. All right, I'll make sure we focus more in the future. Snow Shovelers Guild, Highmark Stadium with the little buffalo on it. Established 73. Right? I'm a member now, dude. I'm a member of this. You can never take this away from me. No snow can stop Buffalo. Okay? I'm a card-carrying member. I didn't even open this up. This patch and card are the official sign of Bill's pride. I didn't even open this up. I just took this out. Clear the stairs, uncover the seats, rescue the end zone. We are proud members of the Snow Shovelers Guild, and no lake effect, thunder snow. What is thunder snow? Whiteout or squall can stop us from showing up and showing the world what Buffalo can do. Too cold for them, just right for us. Sign here. I'm a card-carrying member, dude. I'm a card-carrying member. So yeah, I am juiced. I did not expect to get this. Why is it not? There we go. I was not expecting to get this. This was a total surprise. And I'm thrilled, dude. I'm thrilled. And so on some of the day, I want to say the Saturday or Friday. I shoveled on Saturday. Friday, the people who shoveled, I guess they ran out, but they had gloves that they were giving away. Snow Shovelers Guild gloves, and the gloves had this patch on it. Or this same logo on it. And I was always like, dang, I didn't get the gloves. But I got the patch, dude. And I got the card to show that I'm a card-carrying member of the Snow Shovelers Guild. Okay? So, first of all, watch your mouth the way you talk to me, right? Now, I'm going to carry this around and flash this like a badge, dude. All right? I'm going to go to the next Warriors game I go to at Chase Center. I'm going to walk right down to the floor. Right? I'm gonna walk right into the VIP lounge, dude. And nobody better get in my way, dude. Gary Payton II tries to stop me. Talk to my lawyers, bud. I'm a card-carrying member. The Snow Shovelers Guild. Loud and proud, brother. Loud and proud. Okay? So yeah, I am so juiced about this. Such a cool surprise. And it was just so much fun, man. And this is my thing, because some people were saying, a lot of people had opinions about the snow shoveling and how it's, a $1 billion team, and they have people shoveling snow for peanuts. Look, first of all, $20 an hour is better. It could have been $10 an hour, right? I don't know what the New York minimum wage is, but $20 an hour, not that bad to take part in a community thing like that. Okay, now if it was a full-time job, yes, it should be more. I want everyone to get paid more. I think everyone should get paid more. I'm a radical left revolutionary, and that's that. Talk to my lawyers. But I did it not to help out billionaires. I don't like the owners. I don't like the owners of this team, my team, any team you can point out on a map in any of the pro big leagues, right? Now, I do love some of the owners in the Pioneer League, USL, whatever. But I didn't do this for the owners. I did this because I wanted to be part of that team culture for a weekend. And how cool is it that the community cares enough to come together and help make that stadium game ready? Like, that to me is awesome. And that's the part of fan culture that needs to be promoted more, needs to be reinforced. It needs to be supported. And that's why I don't... this makes me not like the owners even more, because it's like, see how much people care? This is where you get your profit. You get your profit because of people's passions. You know what I mean? And so I proudly am a card-carrying member of the Snow Shovelers Guild now. Okay? And I will use it to get on the field at every stadium I go to from here on out. But just an awesome, awesome thing. I'm so juiced. Now, I probably won't do anything with it. I'm probably going to put it like this in my display case. I got some other Highmark Stadium stuff on the way, by the way. Hopefully I'll get a chance to... Oh, yeah, Paul found a picture of the gloves. Here's a picture of the gloves. So, yeah, same. Might have been the same exact patch, or the same logo at least. But I didn't get the gloves, so I was bummed. But they sent your boy a patch. And I just thought that was so cool. Man. Like, they really didn't have to do that, you know? And also, as much as I can't stand the owners and the front offices and all the executives who only care about the profit, the people who work for these teams are incredible, passionate, good people. Okay? It was the same thing with the Oakland A's. It was the people at the top that sucked. The people actually working for the team. Now, sometimes some of us could have gripes and say, like, you guys should have, like, quit, or you could have did this or that. Some people will say that. I get that. But the people actually working, doing the work for these teams, just like any company, they're great people. The people working for the Oakland A's, doing the media and doing all the fan service stuff, still great people. Obviously, they had to work with, John Fisher and these other idiots. But same with the Buffalo Bills. So, yes, I have plenty of gripes about their billionaire owner. I'm super happy he chose to buy the team and keep him in Buffalo. That's awesome. But when this is about the people I was there with. This is about the people who came up with this patch however many years ago, and this idea to make this a guild, right? And still follow through to this day to get all the names of people that signed up and send them a letter and a little keepsake. These are the people that make me continue to, as much as I want to just boycott sometimes, it still makes me show up. It still makes me happy to ingrain myself in these teams and learn about these teams and these communities and still go to games. It's for the people who do stuff like this. It's not for the billionaire owners. And yes, I scale some things back and I boycott certain things. Like I said, I'm going to do everything I can to not support Fanatics anymore. It's easier said than done, obviously, because they have such a stranglehold on the whole industry. I stopped buying Windcraft pins for the most part. Only like a super special one I'll buy, and I'll only buy it if they actually do a good job on it. And I don't even know if that's Windcraft's fault or what, but I've shown you guys some of the pins. They're garbage that Windcraft puts out. So I'm not going to support that anymore. But I still want to tell these stories and be involved in this kind of history, because the people doing it, they actually care. And it's unfortunate that it also, gets these bastards rich. These rich bastards even richer. But, but I do like companies like Arizona who have vied to keep their costs as low as possible for the consumer. So this is some Liberty Lemonade, folks. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. Arizona, if you want to team up with your boy. All right. We're losing viewers fast, folks. Yeah, I just showed it, Paul. I just don't really can actually deep thunderstorms during the snowstorms. So thunder snow is a thing, huh? No, after every Oregon home game to let you on the field. Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, I'm just stoked about this. It was super cool. And when I saw it, I didn't expect it to be anything like this. And that's why I was like, why'd the Bills reach out to me? Because almost everything I did for the snow shoveling was through a separate company. So I was like, that's just like another thing that shows that someone at the Bills cares enough to like get that list from that company and mail this out. Like that's awesome, man. And again, I got some more stuff coming from Highmark Stadium that I pre-ordered. If that gives you any hints of some stuff, can't wait for. I was also working on my Rickwood Field area. Or actually before that, I forgot, I wanted to show you guys this too. Here's a interesting turn of events. Now, you guys know the 49ers are playing 2 games international this upcoming season. So they're playing in Australia and they're playing in Mexico. Again, so they're going to travel the most miles ever by an NFL team in a single season. And the Australia game is not a home game. It is going to be a home game for the Rams. I don't even know who they're playing in Mexico City. Anyone know? Did they announce that? I can't remember if they even said, but or are they playing the Rams for both? I don't know. But Mexico City is a home game. So I brought it up. I'm like, then why, if that's the case, why were my season tickets, which I'm not paying, so I'm losing them, but because I'm still on the list, I still get all the member emails and all that, right? And I have my invoices for the 2026 season. I'm like, if we're losing a home game, why is the price the same? What are you guys doing? So I got this email. So while I will call these teams out for the stupid stuff they do, I will also give some props. So they sent this email. Season ticket member, dear Joshua, that's my first name if you guys don't know. My middle name is Dylan. We're reaching out to share. I prefer Dylan though, so don't call me Joshua unless you're my mom. We're reaching out to share, or my family only, dude. No, we are reaching out to share an important update regarding 2026. The NFL has just announced that the 49ers will be playing a regular season game in Mexico City in 2026. Additional details regarding the opponent and date of this international game will be shared by the time the NFL releases the full regular season schedule. So I guess they haven't said who the opponent is. Since the 49ers will play this regular season home game internationally, there will be one less game played at Levi's Stadium. As a result, the value of this impacted home game will be automatically applied as a credit towards 2027 season tickets. Credit you receive is $500. As a season ticket member, this adjustment will be handled as follows. Your final payment will run as originally scheduled. Credit from the impacted game will then be applied. The amount due for the first payment of 2027 will be reduced by the credit amount and charged. Okay, so this won't apply to me because I'm getting rid of my season tickets, but I'm glad they did something. Now, it still sucks that you have to wait to get that credit back, but at least it's something. Now, I think they should just credit people now. They should just give them the $500 credit for 2026. But look, I'll give props that at least they're doing something. At least, because I truly thought they were just gonna take that, or at least short it, or be like, here's 30% off of the team store or something. I don't know. I really expected that because these teams are all so awful. But shout out, they're doing something. So I'll back off. Okay, I'll back off. Final photo of the gloves they were giving out in the Discord. Still 99 cents. What's 99 cents? Oh, Arizona. Yeah. So yeah, thank you 49ers for at least doing something for these fans, because I'm not paying it anymore, but someone is. Oh yeah, so Rickwood Field. This is the thing I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm building my display case out, and I haven't 100% decided, but basically the top shelf is almost done. And the top shelf is Barry Bonds, Willie Mays, and Buster Posey. Connected stuff, basically. So I got a bunch of Barry Bonds stuff, including a signed baseball, thanks to Gamer Athletics. I have a bunch of Willie Mays stuff, including a signed baseball that I bought. And I have the pamphlet from his memorial service, and a bunch of other cool stuff. I got dirt from Rickwood Field, the first field that he played on as a professional at 15 years old. And then I got Buster Posey. Did I even show my prized Buster Posey thing yet? I don't think I have. That might be for next week. But I got some Buster Posey stuff, a bobblehead and stuff. And then the next shelf, I'm going to have both of my Candlestick Park Danbury Mint stadiums, baseball and football configuration. So I'm going to put some 49ers stuff. That's what I was saying. I don't have enough cool 49ers Knick Knacks to fill this display case. I'm going to go ahead and put Joe Show on there. But I need more stuff. But I also have a little section for Rickwood Field with my Satchel Paige bobblehead I showed you guys a while back. And I have a commemorative ticket that I got from the Rickwood Field game. I got dirt from the Rickwood Field game, the actual game. I have a card, Mike Yastrzemski, a Rickwood Field card with a game used patch, uniform patch, and autographed. It has a uniform patch and it's autographed by Yaz. But here's the thing. So I got the Candlestick Park. I have Oracle Park on the top shelf with Buster Posey, by the way. But I want to get a new Oracle Park because mine's kind of beat up. It's got a lot of broken pieces, so I need to find another Danbury Mint. I think it was SBC Park when they put it out. But I got the two candlesticks. I was like, man, I wish so much they had a Rickwood Field model stadium, but they don't. So part of me is thinking that I'm going to make one. I've been really into models lately. Like watching videos of models. I haven't made any. But you guys know I got my Lego set, Goonies set. I haven't even built yet. I built this a few years back. The metal, stagecoach. I want to do miniatures more. I was thinking about doing a little Wild West Town miniature, but then I'm thinking, like, why don't I do a miniature Rickwood Field and I can put it in my display case? I don't even know where to start, but I'm going to start watching videos on how you can do it. And model making is so incredibly, complex now. There's just so much more to it. So many more techniques and technology and all this amazing stuff that the models I see now on TikTok just blow me away. But I want to try to do a Rickwood Field, and I got to figure out if it's possible. Anything's possible, right? Anything's possible. So I gotta figure out how to do it, man. I'm gonna start watching YouTube tutorials on model making and stuff. I could do 3D printing. I don't want to do a lot of 3D printing though. I want to actually like build it with wood, or like not wood, but like model pieces. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to figure it out. I'm gonna try to figure it out and try to build a Rickwood Field model. This might take years. But I want to do it. I want to do it. Anyone knows, like, anyone's good at model making, let me know. You know? And that's that, dude. I want to build models. So sue me. What do you guys think Detlef Schrempf is doing right now? Think he's still up? You think you think he lives in the US or he lives in Europe? Someone reach out. Next week. Give me an update on Detlef Schrempf. I want to know what he's up to. And does he still have the flat top? That's going to be so dope. I mean, it would be if I can do it good, but I might not be able to do it good. We'll see. But I want to try to do it. I'm going to try to do it. I think it would be incredible. Now, if I have to fall back on a 3D printed type of thing, I'll do it. I would, if I'm going to do a 3D printed thing, I'm going to 3D print parts. I'm not just going to 3D print the whole stadium because those never look as good. I'll do like 3D print the bleachers and then put them together. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Now I think I could get little, like, just little rectangular things to build like the light fixtures out. The light fixtures are really like one of the most defining features. And I think that would be relatively easy. At least to find the pieces. It wouldn't be easy to put it together, but. And I have wanted to build. One thing I was going to build for my display case. I wasn't going to do it here on this shelf, but in my display case. For the Willie Mays and Barry Bonds section, I wanted to 3D print like a candlestick light. And then put like LED lights in it so that the candlestick lights up. Gesundheit. I think that would be cool in my display case, like a candlestick light, big on the big pole, and then with LED lights in it. I think that would be cool. I don't know how to do that though, because at one point last year I was looking into buying a 3D printer. I just don't have any space for it. I have nowhere to put it, and that's the problem. But I know you can like outsource. You can get 3D printed parts from someplace, somewhere in the world. No, I'll do that one day. All right, folks. Liberty Lemonade by Arizona. Shout out. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. I appreciate all of you guys. Appreciate all 11 of you that stuck with me. Yeah, March is gonna be a busy month, dude. All right, so I'm kind of chilling right now because I know March is gonna be crazy. I'm getting old. I wake up and have no motivation to even leave the apartment. I just want to stay here and never do anything ever again. But in March, oh boy, doubleheader, March 14th, Giants Fan Fest at Oracle Park, Oakland Roots home opener at the Coliseum with E40 and fireworks. And then Filmin' Palooza the week after that. And after that is the Battle of the Bay 2.0, Ballers, San Jose Giants. Let's go. So it's going to be busy. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Dang, my viewers went down to 2? Is that real? Why did I just lose everybody all of a sudden? In 1 second. That's crazy. Anyways. I appreciate you guys. Life is but a dream. Like, subscribe, share, do all the cool things cool kids do. Something other tools now. Variety, Vertlife. New projects on the way. Appreciate you guys. New video coming out this week. And it'll be awesome. USA gets the gold, baby. Alyssa Liu, Bay Area.